Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah, we can take it easy for a second. I'm going to go ahead and share this on the... I'm going to go ahead and share this on the page. And then when I give you the go-ahead, take it away.
Anthony,
Yes, sir.
you have the little broadcast bar is actually sharing from your PS4. It says the broadcast is starting.
Mm-hmm. I'm on air. And I have one viewer.
Yeah, it's me. It's showing on YouTube.
Do you hear yourself?
Let me turn the audio on.
Do you hear yourself?
Testing.
Let me turn it on.
Yep.
AJ, talking to the mic just to make sure you're there. Mic check.
AJ, talking on the mic just to make sure you're there. Mic check. AJ, talking on the mic just to make sure you're there. Mic check. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, he's coming through.
Were you wanting him to get rid of the broadcast screen, is what you were saying, Klein?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he's gonna have to restart the stream.
No, I don't. Broadcast. Check it out now.
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Used to be hard to restart.
I'm just gonna share this to SFR GT.
It's working on Facebook?
Yes. It's not embedding, but oh. Do we have Corey in the lobby? In the
Not chat. He's in the.
link. I can't get it to do the whole Facebook Live through YouTube.
But there has to be a way.
Do you want to invite him, Anthony?
Yeah, hold on. I can't invite him. He didn't add me as a friend. Do you want me to cancel the stream?
No, just give it a minute. Okay, so we have Corey. Just give me a second to share this on the SFR GT page, and then we can go ahead.
Rest in peace.
All right, Anthony.
What
you
car are
want to
you
take it away?
starting off in?
Well, right now I'm just in a street car that we're just gonna, yeah, roll with for now until I'm ready to rock officially at 8:30. Yeah, Anthony, if you want to start it off.
All right. So, welcome everybody to the Team Full Attack Motorsports car livery launch for the 2019 season. I'm gonna pass the mic on to the team leader, Dan, and you may see him in his beautiful stock NSX going right behind the SFR GT car. Dan?
All right, thank you, Anthony. As Mr. Anthony has let you guys know, we are tonight out here launching our liveries for the 2019 season of the SFR GT Challenge. We're really excited about not only our look for the series, but everything that we have planned in store, including very exciting roster changes to the team org structure, and different changes and projects that we have coming along the way. So we slotted our unveiling for an 8:30 start. It's 8:24 now. So what we're going to start by doing is going over our updated roster for this season. This is the most concentrated effort we've put in yet to a GT3 series. We are running 5 full-time drivers, myself in an Acura NSX GT3 Evo, Anthony in another NSX GT3 Evo, and then we have AJ right in front of me in the safety car, who will be racing a Porsche 911 RSR alongside Corey Adams, who is lurking somewhere in the pit box right now and is in our lobby chat. And then we have Mr. Alex Hissong, who will be a familiar name for anybody that followed us in previous series that we contested. He used to drive a Jägermeister BMW before running a Team FAMS Audi. This season he will be joining us once again in the Full Attack C7 Corvette GT3. Very excited this year for this good effort, this good show that we're going to put on. We're hoping to collect some solid points in the Division 2 championship for the SFR GT Challenge and really put on a good show for the viewers and yeah, everybody that keeps up with us out there. But with this renewed commitment and myself having a gamut of real-life racing activities in addition to those that I undertake on Gran Turismo, with all that, I needed a second helmsman to run the ship. So we are also very pleased to announce that Mr. AJ Renninger, I'm not going to pretend he can correct me in 5 seconds.
Close enough.
close enough. But yeah, we are bringing him on as my co-captain, as we did before with Mr. Adam Farley, who is not back to racing full time yet, but he'll be filling that role as I step more toward a team manager capacity, while AJ fills that captain seat and is really the squad lead when we are on track this season. AJ, what are your thoughts about this upcoming season?
I'm really looking forward to it. I really hope that FAMS can stay very competitive in the Division 2 series, and really look forward to possibly branching out into the Division 1 series and being competitive up there.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, I mean, we haven't gone live yet, but I know that all of you have seen it. AJ, Anthony, and Corey is also with us. What are your guys' thoughts? We'll start with AJ. What do you think of the new cars?
I mean, as you'll see in the next 3 minutes, they're looking pretty good. Some great design work by you, Dan, and I'm pretty proud to be racing it.
I appreciate the pat on the back. Anthony, what about you?
I think it's a beautiful asset to the 2019 season. I really like the styling that we chose for this race, for this series. We went with a out-of-the-box look, and I think it's gonna make a lot of people go wow on it. Also, going on being as one of the drivers of the NSX, we tried to bring some aesthetics to the game to compare it to the new GT3 Evo package. So, you know, if we had a bit of tuning, we could have maybe brought the car to another level, because it is BOP'd by Gran Turismo. But I think with me and Dan working in the background, and I think where we're gonna have to build the advantage is maybe working out on tire strategies and stuff. But I think all around, I think we still have a competitive package, so I think we could be maybe fighting for the top 5 positions, and maybe not always finishing with a win or anything, but trying to make it in the top 5.
All right, and Corey, are you on with us? Can we hear you?
I am.
All right. So, what do you think? As someone who's seen it without giving away the farm on what we're about to unveil, what do you think?
I think the livery designs are very, very well in depth and very nicely designed. I know for a fact that I could not have done anything even close to that. So props to you.
Again, appreciate that.
They were very well done, and I'm excited to race with them.
What are your feelings going into this season?
My feelings are, I'm hoping that as a team we do better than any of the other previous series we've tried to run in. I know I'm running better than I was in the past, so I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I will say, from my manager's chair, Corey has definitely shown a depth of skills that hasn't been there previously. Now that he's switching to a new platform and really sort of starting over again and attacking this with renewed vigor. I'm really proud of the progress he's made. But it is officially 8:30, so AJ, when you pull this car around, if you want to stop at the pit exit, and then I will meet you there.
I'm on my way.
Just one more thing before we unveil these beautiful cars, thanks to Dan with the great work on the livery. I think you should really send your application to that Williams eSport, just throwing it out there, for designing liveries, because every NSX that you have designed, or Porsche or Corvette, you always have done a perfect touch to them.
Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. But yeah, honestly, I'm glad to have a solid team to actually be designing cars for. But without further ado, we're going to start with my personal NSX GT3 Evo. We're using this design template to show that we have really reached escape velocity. As we've been saying at SFR, we have gotten past the point that we were in with our frustration with other series, and we're ready to come at this at 10/10ths and really show everyone what we've got. You can see that we have a very, very, very bold galaxy pattern on our cars this season. Like Anthony said, very out of the box, definitely sure to grab attention. But yeah, I've been very excited about this for a while. We're one of the teams that, we're not the only team, but we're one of the teams that all of our cars have a similar theme, similar ethos, and we're really excited to show that off to you. We did poll our drivers, and we wanted to see, okay, what sponsors do you want to see? What kind of motif do you want to see as far as the artwork goes? And then we brought back some of our the ones that we've been running for a while. VP Racing Fuels we've had for a minute. NK Wheels we've been running for a minute. Redline Oil is one we've been running for a minute. But then yeah, all the rest we relied on our team members to say, okay, what do you want to represent in the game? What do you want to move forward with? And then, of course, we had to include on, for example, the NSX's, the HPD and Performance Manufacturing Center markings and the Yost Motorsport markings to credit the real-world companies that make the real-world GT3 car happen. But then, yeah, the captain's cars for this season, so myself and AJ, are designated with a C underneath the mirror on each side, which is something that we've done since our first season back to racing competitively as a squad a couple of seasons ago when the game first came out. But at this point, as we're coming back down to pit lane, I'm going to redeposit this NSX GT3, and we are going to pull Anthony's out.
I would like to add one more thing. Going back to what Dan was saying about how we worked as a team for sponsors, we also worked because some of us work in the automotive industry. We all decided to take a part of where we work and put it onto the cars. Example, I work at an Acura dealer here locally in Canada, and Dan works for Honda Manufacturing in the United States. And we also have some guys in the team that work for Goodyear, which is the distribution of Dunlop in United States and Canada. So we've been working with Dunlop tires for the cars this season, and I think they've been a great asset. So we're gonna keep working with them, and you know, it's also going with the team to party everything up.
Alright, and I am back out with Anthony's machine for this season. A couple of key differences that you're going to notice. We have two teams of two cars, and then one solo driver in a separate car. So the teams of two have one car with blue wheels, blue mirrors, blue wing ends, and then one car with black wheels, black mirrors, and black wing ends to differentiate the two of them. That's how we're telling them apart. And also, each driver not only gets their country's flag next to their name on the car, they get a very large designation somewhere else on the vehicle. So for the NSXs and the Porsches, as you'll see in a minute, that is the engine cover, because they are mid-motor, so there is no glass there. We can put a nice big sticker. It's a lot of real estate to work with. But yeah, as Anthony mentioned, we are very excited to be out here running these Hondas, these Porsches, and on this Dunlop rubber that we haven't used previously, coming off of a couple of seasons running Michelin, I believe.
Pirelli. Michelin, Pirelli, Yokohama.
Yeah, I forgot about the Yokohama period. But yeah, AJ, anything to add as we're gearing up to unveil your beautiful chariot for this season?
Can't wait to race in it, and can't wait for these apparently couple of special livery races of some different designs to be coming out of your crazy head of yours. So that'll be interesting to see in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see this 911.
Yeah, we are also going to be very excited throughout the season to announce a couple of different cars for special race days for different causes. I know we are prepping some specialty schemes, some special patriotic schemes for the American Memorial Day, and then some other events as well. All right, so without further ado, here we go with one of these 911s.
Ooh, we're getting the sneak peek. Here we go.
Sorry, I can't drive right. I'm looking at it too much.
I can understand why. So this is one of our two Porsche 911 RSRs that we're going to be competing with this season. The same sponsor set minus some proprietary ones that only go with the NSX, parts that the 911 doesn't use, organizations that obviously didn't help build the 911. Then this car features some of the Porsche 70th anniversary branding instead. But overall, a very similar look, but adapted quite well, in my opinion, if I do say so myself, to the 911 chassis. Yeah, we tried very hard to keep our cars looking consistent and good, that it didn't look like the liveries were just skewed, but just with the same color set, the same decal set, etc. But yeah, as I mentioned, you can see the very large country designation on the back of the vehicle, that big American flag on the engine cover. That's something that we've been doing on the NSXs for a while, but is new to the Porsches because the Porsches are new to us. But we're very excited to have AJ and Corey campaigning for us in SFR with these Porsches. I know that both of them can do a lot with this machinery, as they displayed in the preseason test a couple of weeks ago at Lago Maggiore in Italy.
Also, going back to, like I said before, the BOP that we're using is the BOP from Gran Turismo. The Porsches always have that little advantage on the power and how they... and the setup of the car, which we don't have tuning in our series, so it gives them a little advantage, which helps us bring some of our teammates up into the grid, and maybe they could help the lower grid cars that are underpowered or badly BOP'd help us come to the front. I think
it's a very neutral car.
Yes, it definitely is. And one interesting component of this series, the SFR GT Challenge, is that if I'm not mistaken, I need to double check this against the rule book, but I'm pretty sure that this is what we stuck with. This is what the conversation was early. That we were going to have just the top two cars from each team in each division count toward points. So it's really, there's a lot of emphasis on making sure that you're, as a team, identifying, okay, who's our strongest drivers, and who do we want to make sure that we're getting a strategy to that is going to help them succeed. Not that we're going to limit anyone in particular to keep them out of the way. That would be foolish. We all want to place as well as we can. However, it lets us sort of prioritize our grid as the balance of the car will suit each track.
I would like to throw out that Q actually just agreed with the statement that you just made, Dan.
I just saw that he was following along.
Yep, nice to see him in the chat. And
but yes, yes, Rodrigo, yes, we had to unveil our beautiful Honda machinery the same day as Toro Rosso did theirs.
Yes, yes.
I was hoping someone picked up on that.
I said it before.
Well, we are back out. This is Corey Adams, who is currently stalking me in this land yacht behind me. This is his machine. You can see this is the second car for this model, so they are going to be using the black wing ends, the black wheels, the black mirror end caps. But then Corey's, for an extra sort of special set of decals, you can see the blacked out front valance around the front grille that also presents some United States Marine Corps markings on this car, which are unique to Corey's. We wanted to celebrate his service. That was a request that he had, and I was more than happy to honor it. So, Corey, your thoughts, my sir? If you want to avoid rear-ending my car for...
I'm getting too close to it.
You haven't taken ownership of this yet.
We're going back to the previous comment of me being in a land yacht. It's very hard for me to turn.
Yes, yes.
Pretty sure you're
It's also
itching for
very
a
hard
swap
for me
into
to
that.
stay at a speed low enough to stay behind the safety car.
Yeah, agreed.
Sorry, I'm not in a Porsche or a Acura. It's hard to keep up.
And don't forget the Corvette in the background.
Yes,
Yeah.
that as well.
I
Yeah,
must
we're
say,
really
I like
excited
the
to
little...
have Go on, Anthony.
Whoa. I would have... I like the little Punisher stickers on the Porsche.
Yeah, I thought those were a nice touch. When I saw them in the decal gallery on Gran Turismo, I thought, yeah, this is definitely going to be something cool that they're going to enjoy. So, we are now... Unfortunately, Alex isn't with us tonight. He leads a very busy schedule, as do I. But we are going to show his off regardless. You guys are ready for me to pop out here? So this is the first scheme that we ran that has actually adapted very well to front engine cars. But it goes back to what I was saying about each vehicle is built ground up. We were able to sort of adapt to the body lines on everything. But one thing that I actually forgot to point out until now, if you look at the front end of this vehicle next to the brake cooling ducts that come out along the side of the car at the front of the door, you can see above those ducts, the duct exit, you can see the Demo 1 Garage logo. We wanted to make sure that we were paying tribute to our favorite Australian, Josh, over at Demo 1, for all that he's done for broadcasting this series and really putting on a good show for the fans and us drivers, and just, yeah, definitely looking out for us as we've been growing and ready to take off and reach escape velocity. He's been right there with us, giving input and helping us along the way. So for that, we thank you, and wanted to make sure that you were represented on our equipment. And you can see similar markings on the safety car as well, on both the quarter panels and on the hood. I was gonna nudge you on my way by.
Make the pass on the inside.
I call that the Jimmy Johnson.
I thought the Jimmy Johnson was wreck everyone so you can win the Clash race.
I'm actually a Jimmy Johnson fan, so I'm not gonna have this argument. Right
See,
now.
I'm still a Jeff Gordon guy.
See,
And
I was a Jeff Gordon guy. That's why I'm a Jimmy Johnson fan, is because Gordon's the one that got him into the sport, and he owns his car.
But I guess right now, if I'm watching NASCAR, I'm an AJ Allmendinger guy, and especially what he could do.
Does he?
Well, he still runs once.
Though.
He still runs once in a while. He's busy with the
in the part-time.
with Michael Shank in the NSX now.
Yeah, he's busy racing real cars.
Oof.
All right, so that is it for the Corvette. That is also it for our Yes Kia, the freshly baked decal. Thank you for posting those tonight so that we could get them on our cars in time to yeah, make sure that we could give Josh that shout out. But one more thing that we're going to announce tonight. I know we're hitting you guys a lot between the organization changes, the roster updates, the new liveries, but we're really excited about this project. The next vehicle that's going to be coming out is one that we're all very excited about. So we are repurposing our free time away from GT3 prep on our bye weeks when D1 is running. We are testing with NSX GT4s, developing a setup variation and also aero variation that you can see kind of on this car, mostly obscured because of this wonderful camo.
And the safety car.
Yeah, and the safety car. I'm going to back off the safety car a little bit so you can see more of the GT4. But, yeah, we're running a modified version of the Honda Group 4 NSX, dubbed the FAMS, as you can see on the side of the car. FAMS NSX GT4-X. You can see some... If you were very eagle-eyed and able to pick it out from the camouflage that sits above it, you can see some special features that are unique to this car, and only to this car, and also the names of all of the guys that we have so far named to our special projects team, which are, coincidentally, all of the guys in this lobby right now. Myself, AJ, Anthony, and Corey. We've decided to pool our resources, develop this car, get it nice and fast and ready for some Group 4 open tuning competition down the line, but you'll hear more on that beautiful endeavor later. But yeah, we're really excited about this car as well. You'll see it making some appearances on our Facebook page and some videos, etc., etc. We are going to be collaborating to make this as fast as we possibly can to do justice to that beautiful decal of Catch from Rockefeller Racing, which coincidentally is making a kissy face around the air jack on the back.
We got the just so everybody could see it. We put the cursor right on it, so you could see right here on the rear end. We would like to give a lovely shout out
to Catch.
To Catch in Rockefeller Racing, or as being a competition to them and friendly to them. It's a joint effort.
It is a joint effort. Honestly, we couldn't do SFR, we couldn't do any of this without the help of Q from Stronger Together, Kat from Rockefeller, and a lot of other people. But we're glad that we have this opportunity to race with this great group of guys, and yeah, show off these cars and sort of present to you what we've been up to and what's on our horizon. But Q actually reminds me, I was debating whether we were going to show this off tonight or not. We are going to, and I didn't mean to break the fourth wall and just quit on the front straightaway. But let us pull this out. We did name a new reserve driver, Mr. Alex Schultz. Great guy. I actually came up racing remote control short course trucks with. He made the jump to Gran Turismo recently, and has been helping us out with some development work, and just getting his feet wet, getting ready to come run with the team. But he probably won't even be subbing for us this season just because of his schedule constraints, but in case he does, and even if he doesn't, as a thank you to him for his help with this season of SFR, he also has a beautiful car in this Audi R8 LMS that, yeah, again, got the Galaxy treatment, that nice American flag designation across the roof. But since the Corvette received the blue wheels and it was the odd car out, we decided to bring out the Audi with black wheels, and now Q's very excited as a Audi file himself. But yeah, one of my favorites in our lineup, even though it might not be driving, but it will be driving at some point. He will be joining us when his schedule calms down and he's ready to make a more full-time commitment to racing activities. So that's about all I had. Anthony, AJ, Corey, do any of you want to chime in to sum up and close us out?
No, I think that as a team, we're going to advance forward and we're going to work together. And even though we all have a hard work schedule, we're going to find time together and try to make it to the top. So I wish us all luck. It's a long season. We're going to battle through. It is a long season. It's a battle through, and we take it from there step by step. And like we always said, without hard work, you can't accomplish anything. So we're gonna put our heads down and we're gonna focus, and we're gonna work as a team and try to make it to the top.
Right. Yeah, and like all the wings on our cars say, and this has been since we came to GT Sport from GT6, as all of our vehicles say, never stop fighting for more. That's our ethos. We live by it, and that's what we're going to be bringing up this season.
Also,
we're really
excited.
Like
working in the league with Strong Together Racing for, we all have people that have depression and stuff like that. Like my dad suffers from bipolar, and so I sometimes put my racing towards him. So, being together as a family, Catch being sick, taking care of his problems, whatever we do as a team and for the league, it's for a good cause. We try our best to motivate each other through those rough patches and, bring it to the next level, because you can never stop fighting.
Right, and we'll never lose sight of those tenets that SFR was founded on. And you can see Q just posted in the chat, stay strong and never give up. That's been what we've been going by around here. Racing in support of mental health, racing in support of chronic pain, and all those other great causes that we support. You're going to see a return partway through the season of Cars for Hope that was featured on our Group 4 cars previously. They're going to return for some special editions, some beautiful special editions that are already complete. We're just going to hold some of the cards back in our pocket, but yeah, Cars for Hope will be back, and we'll definitely be not only pushing forward in interviews and in our racing for those causes, but you'll be able to see it on our vehicles as well. Yeah, between them, we'll be also racing in support of a few other great causes. And one that you can actually see on these cars that I forgot to mention, now that we gave this extra segment on what we're racing for. It's on us, raising awareness around sexual assault and misconduct, essentially giving the victims tools and showing people how not to be a passive bystander and do what's right. That's featured on all of our vehicles this season, is a cause close to a lot of people's hearts, mine especially. But yeah, we're very excited to be out here fighting for the causes that we support, and hopefully putting on a good show for everybody out there online, and also hopefully bringing some sweat to the guys that used to be in front of us. But yeah, we'll see you all on the track. Thank you all for tuning in, and yeah, never stop fighting.